everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mandy and I am a full-time reseller. Today I have something a little bit different. It's not a traditional thrift haul. It is a haul of items that were given to me from my parents. We are actually upstairs today. I hope the sound's okay. It's sounding kind of echoey just because of the way the walls are up here, but I needed like a full table for this. I'm just gonna put the disclaimer out there that I'm sure a lot of people are thinking, you know, why aren't you keeping this stuff? This is from your family. Personally, I've kept whatever is sentimental to me. I don't think that there is any benefit in just keeping, you know, past loved ones' things in bins in your house because it's doing nothing at that point. I would prefer to give it a new life to someone else that is going to appreciate it more than what I might, you know, since it's just been sitting in a tub. So with that being said, I'm going to start with this box here. Most of this is from, I think most of it is from my grandparents. Some of it might be great-grandparents. This was all given to me from my parents. They've been going through their stuff at home just because the same reasons. You know, it's been sitting in a tub. They're not getting any younger, so they are trying to do something with the stuff that is there while they are, you know, still alive, as morbid as that sounds, but they are being proactive. So starting with this box, I think this is more like decor from the 70s. This phone is working. My parents do still have a landline at their house, so I was able to test it. I do need to clean it up a little bit. It is that great 70s, like not quite burnt orange, but true orange rotary phone. I'll put comps up for some of these items. If I know off the top of my head what I'm thinking I'll be able to get for it, I'll let you know. That phone kind of had comps all over the place. There were a lot of listed ones that were like 80 to 100, but the solds were closer to like, I think there was a $40 one, and then there were some more expensive ones, but they still had like the manual with it. This is a 3-piece like decor set. Let's see if there's a date on here. I don't see a date, it just says made in the USA, and then there's like a lot number on it. But this is like plastic, this little basket of fruits, and then it has the matching 2 baskets that would go on the side. This is a vintage match holder, I believe, like the long ones, and then you can light it here. It is made out of tin, and it's the fruit, yep, fruit on that one. This is a really old like glasses case, but look at that, it's mushrooms. Everyone loves mushrooms right now. I think this will do really well. These I did look up. I'm gonna have to really look into what makes them more expensive than other ones. These I think are old. If I remember correctly, I believe these are from the 30s. This one unfortunately is broken. These are like little ornaments. This bird ornament, it's missing its tail and clip, but this one seems to be intact. So I'm kind of excited to see how that's gonna go. So this is an old Kodak disc 6000 camera. I don't know anything about these. I'll have to look into it. I'll probably list it like as is for parts because I have no way of knowing if this works. Let's see. You can see through the little viewfinder, so there's that. This is a vintage clock. I'm assuming it's from the 70s. Once again, it doesn't have a date, but it is from General Electric. It does work. It's that really cool, like, atomic type font. So this next item came from my great uncle. He was in World War II, and I can't remember where my mom said this came from. I'll have to ask her again. I want to think it was Japan, but these I think are called, I'll put it up here if I'm incorrect, but I think they're called Bridget purses. They're like plastic here, and then it has these seashells, and then it opens. It just like flips open like that. The comps didn't look great on this, but I would definitely love to be able to you know, give this new life to someone that would use this or has been looking for one for decor or something along those lines. Okay, so these were all actually in a photo album. My dad wasn't exactly sure how his dad got them. He assumed that he bought them. I know he didn't take them, but these are all photos from Japan. My grandpa was stationed there for World War I. Some of this I don't know what to do with. If there is anyone that like knows about this type of memorabilia, please like let me know in the comments, because I don't want to throw any of this away. Like, I feel like a museum, or I don't know if the VFW takes this kind of stuff, but some of these are like, so like these here are passes that my grandpa had to get to be able to go off his base. You know, I mean, this is just cool. So I feel like there's got to be somewhere I can send this stuff. And like this paperwork, this is all about your service life insurance. I mean, I'm sure the average person wouldn't want this, but I mean, this has lasted for so many years that it just, I would like to be able to put it somewhere. It's crazy to think. If you were effective in the military at the age of 20, your life insurance was $1.23 monthly and annually $14.56. That's for ordinary life. And like this here is a blank form for a counseling checklist for the Army. And then I also have a bunch of these pictures that I'm going to kind of go over a little bit, but there are some that I personally don't want to sell. They're pretty graphic for that time. I don't know where I can send them. Once again, if there's some sort of place that would take these just for like museum type things, I personally just don't feel comfortable selling these. Like I said, you can, you know, kind of use your imagination to what they are. It was World War II, so we'll just be said with that. But these ones are all okay. I have seen people are selling like lots of photos from the war. Some of these are really kind of cool. Some of them are in better condition than others. Some of them are from, you know, the actual war. Some of them are more like monuments. And that's why I know that this is like a print, because you can tell, if it was a full photograph, I think it would go to the edge, I think. Let's see. So yeah, I mean, some of these are like buildings, and then there are other ones, you know, of people in actual tanks. So these I think I'll probably put in some sort of lots. And then here, these are so cool to see. Like, they're kind of hard to see, but those are soldiers. I think those were probably his buddies, because some of them have like handwriting on the back. And then these are pretty cool too. I don't know what to do with these, if I would try and sell them, or once again, if somebody has any information, I'll probably reach out to the VFW in town and see. But these were like little Christmas cards from his friends. I'm assuming my grandpa's friends, that they sent back. Like, this guy's name is Hinson. Here is Garl, G-A-R-L. Pinson. And then Lee. So they each got little cards that they could send back home. These I think I will keep, just because these I'm going to keep. These were actually letters that my great grandmother would have sent my grandpa while he was there. Like, this I believe is his troop number, I think. I apologize if I am not using the correct terminology, but I think that's what that was. This I'll probably hang on to just because I think it looks pretty cool. But the photos I definitely would like to sell. You know, I've looked at them now, and I don't really foresee going back and looking at them again. So I would rather a collector or something get these so they can be appreciated. But like I said, if anyone knows where I can send like the bad photos, I guess you could say. And then all of this like paperwork type stuff, I would love to give that a new home. Okay, so these are my grandma's. She was very religious. I am not, so I would like to find a new home for these. This is like plastic, I guess you could say. Virgin Mary. This one, I'm not sure. This one I think I looked up. It says Divine Infant. Jesus something. I can't read what the bottom is. I will Google Lens this. I did already. Comps look to be okay. I'm a little nervous to ship this. This is definitely ceramic. And this thing is kind of spooky. I'm not sure the age of this. I would assume the majority of this stuff is from like 30s to 70s. This, I believe, is supposed to be, who, Bugs Bunny? Maybe. Oh, look at his face. It's kind of scary. His neck has some damage. Obviously, there is like discoloration throughout. I'm guessing maybe I can get $15 for this. But once again, I would rather someone get this that would want this than just throw it in the garbage. These I have to give to my sister yet to read, and we'll probably hang on to them. They were actually my grandma's journals from, let's see. I believe it was like when she was... They were from like age 13 to like 18. So let's see, this one is from 1941, the first one in here. They don't have too much drama in these. It's nothing like what my journals were when I was 13. A lot of it is just kind of like, got up today, ate, did this, did that, came home, did homework. This is actually a compass from World War II. This was my grandpa's. Once again, I would prefer someone that is going to use this, put it somewhere, you know, other than a tote. I can't think of what these are called now. Not sleeve cuffs. What are these? Where you put them in your sleeve. I got a bunch of these, and then a couple of these are little tie clips. This book, it's a little damaged on the cover or the jacket on it, but it is worth some money. I did see some comps. My dad is actually adopted, so this was a book that they gave out at that time period when you were adopted. I haven't read it, but it is supposed to, you know, be reassuring at that point. I will say that this book was $2.25, which seems like kind of a lot for that time period. This was my grandma's. This is like the OG budgeting thing. Like, people do those envelopes now. This is a tin, and then inside this tin, my dad said every night they owned a bar, she would put everything in here that needed to be. So it'd be like rent money or mortgage money, money for food, money for, you know, whichever she allotted these things, and she would do that every single night. This is some older jewelry. I don't believe any of it to be like gold or silver, so I need to look into that. This is a box of crayons from 1991. Comps didn't look great, but I will be able to get something for that. This is an older Mickey Mouse bank. It still has the bottom. This was actually the cake topper for my dad's graduation, high school graduation. A lot of these I'm not gonna make a bunch of money, but if I can put a little bit of effort into listing them and someone getting them, I would much rather prefer to do that than send it to Goodwill and then it'll probably end up at the bins and thrown in the trash. This is an old lighter. It does have my grandpa's initials on it though, so we'll see how that goes. Here's another super old camera. The lens is unfortunately broken right there, and I have no idea how to open this one. If I can figure that out, like I don't even know what the brand is on this, so I'll have to look into that. I actually played with these when we stayed with my grandma, but these were my dad's toys. They are, it's kind of a mixture of a couple different things. Like these are some like army guys in different colors. There's some cowboys, these red cowboys, some horses, some Native Americans. And then this part was more of like barnyard stuff. So a bunch of fences, some sheep, like a goat. So I don't know the brand on this. I'm gonna have to do some Google lenses and stuff and see, but I know that this is old. This was my grandma's Bible. This thing is very heavy. I believe it was printed in the 50s. Yeah, this was printed in 1953. So this one, you can get quite a bit of money for older Bibles that are quality. This one, I'll see if it doesn't move. I will probably just see if like a church wants this or something. I would never throw this away. So this is actually my dad's Matchbox cars. This is a little case for them. This is another thing that I'm gonna have to take some time and go through each one and see if there's any that are worth more than others. He did, I mean, he was a little boy, so he did paint on some of them. I know when I was looking through them, which one was it now? I believe it was this one. I believe it was this Pontiac. This one seemed to go for the most. The doors do open. It does have a little hitch on the back, but the windshield is cracked on it. So we'll see about that. There's like a little boat with the trailer. There are more like bigger trucks like this one, tractors. This one's missing a door. So all the ones that are maybe kind of have some major issues might have to go together. This is like a camper. Might be like a little camper. This one's a BP truck. So the case is pretty beat up, but someone might still be interested in that for a certain amount. So this one I'm gonna have to take some time and really kind of look at. So these are kind of interesting. I don't know if someone's looking for this, but maybe they are. These were actually cake toppers on my grandparents' cake, but these were the bridal party. I don't know that I ever seen that before. You know, normally you have the bride and the groom, but this was supposed to represent some, oh, she's missing her hat. This was supposed to represent like the whole bridal party. So we'll see if there's interest for that or not. Where's the groom? And then the groom and the bride are this tiny. Why are they so small? I don't know. I'll have to look at that and see if there's any interest in that. This is an old like glasses holder. It almost kind of looks iridescent, like a mermaid tail. And then it clips open like it's almost like old cigarette holder. This is, I think, what is this? My grandma had put on here, whoever this person is, Katie, I can't read the last name, from Racine, bought from Yogu something in 1961 or 62 for Eddie, and Eddie would be my dad. So she put on there the date that it was bought. So this is from the 60s. It has a key, but I don't see where the key maybe goes. Oh, right here maybe? I don't know if it moves. Should we see? So I don't think it works. Oh, maybe a little bit. So you can kind of see it moving or hear it. And then it just kind of like rattles onto the table. So there you go. There's that. These were my dad's suspenders when he was a kid, but there's little ostriches on them. These are just some spoon, like a baby spoon and a fork. They are silver plated. I'm not going to get too much for that. This is a silver plated, like little napkin holder, I believe it was, or a letter holder. These are a couple belt buckles that were my grandfather's. This I did Google Lens. It came off of a tractor, I believe. It says Cass with a bald eagle, but the little holders came off. I'm sure there's still someone that might just want this for that. My dad kept throwing in like photos that he was looking through things. This just screams like being young in Wisconsin in like the 80s and early 90s. This is me sitting next to a bunch of horseshoes at my grandparents' bar, probably in the middle of the day. Okay, so this box here, I don't know really what any of this is. My dad's like, well, what about like tools, old tools? And I'm like, yeah, I will try and figure out what they are. This looks just like an old, this is an old air pressure thing. I don't know what this is or if it's for something. This is like a Craftsman, like little ruler. Same with this. This still has its holder. I don't know what this is measuring. So I'm not exactly sure what this is. It has all these little like the dials and then all these numbers. I'll have to Google it. Yeah, I'll have to look at what this is. I wonder if that's what this box is for, because I have this Craftsman's box. Oh, let's see. Okay, so this box actually must be for this, I think, because it has here on the directions, it's a multi-use ruler and gauge. So I'll have to look into these things too. Like I said, I don't know. I mean, this could be decent if it works. So these things are definitely out of my wheelhouse. I don't know like anything about vintage tools and like that tire pressure gauge, but we'll see about that. So this one I think is going to be good. I have not looked into it at all. This is the original box for my dad's Legos. And then when you open them, hopefully I have this going the right way. No. Like, I have no idea if everything is still here or how you would know, but as you can see, you kind of open it up and then it has all the pieces. So it looks like this set, I remember playing with this too at my grandma's. There are some of these like bigger pieces for the base, some trees in this one, some wheels, some like little windows. And then everything else just looks to be like traditional, you know, block Legos. So I will have to look into that. I'm hoping that this is good and that it can find a home where somebody will, I don't know, use it or, you know, put it out somewhere. So that is everything that I have to show you guys in this vintage lot. I think there's a lot of really cool stuff here. I'm hoping that it can find new homes and have a new life. I like doing stuff like this because I do like looking at this stuff. Vintage stuff has always, you know, piqued a little bit of interest in me, but I don't have the room to keep it all. So I'm definitely looking forward to selling it. This also helps me get more knowledge on hard goods. I have been talking about that on the channel for a while now, that it's something that I want to get into. I don't feel like extremely comfortable doing so. So like getting small amounts of these things definitely helps, especially when they're free. So that way I'm not losing any money by just going out and buying something. So yeah, I'm definitely excited to do research on a lot of this stuff and just kind of see, you know, what it's worth, what I can list it for. let me know in the comments below which one was your favorite item. And once again, if there is anybody that knows where I can send that World War II stuff to, please let me know, because I would like to get that somewhere where it will be appreciated and, you know, put on display. And as always, if you enjoyed today's video, please make sure to give it a like. It really helps out the channel and I really appreciate it. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.